And these issues on the south side have highlighted the police staffing problems because they've had to call in officers from other departments on 2 previous weekends. Our Team 11 coverage continues with Chief Investigator Rick Earl. He's been following the police staffing issues for years and now has exclusive new information about how police plan to address the low numbers. Rick?
Yeah, Lisa, that's right. While the Bureau is already facing a staffing shortage, it's getting worse with summer vacations now in full swing. To deal with that, sources tell me the Bureau plans to move a number of detectives into the patrol unit to get more officers back on the street. 40 detectives will be temporarily reassigned to patrol this summer. Sources say many are frustrated by the move. This comes as the number of police officers has now dropped to a record low 664.
So things are so bad now that they're going to dive into these pools of specialty units to get officers back on the beat.
They are, and then I'll file a lot of grievances because of the Matrix study.
The Matrix study released by the Gainey administration 2 years ago suggested the Bureau was adequately staffed and in fact had too many patrol officers.
The police department is woefully understaffed. They used the Matrix study, which was a hit piece, to get to this number, and I don't know why.
The staffing shortage is clearly evident on East Carson Street when officers on 2 consecutive weekends had to call in police from surrounding departments, including Monroeville and Penn Hills, to help with large crowds. They did not call in help this past weekend, likely after concerns raised by council members and the union over liability.
They're alarming, and you know, we have to stop the bleeding.
Councilman Anthony Coghill is the chair of the Public Safety Committee. He's been sounding the alarm for years.
Not only do we need a heavy, aggressive recruiting process, but we also need to find a way to keep the experienced veterans that are on the police force. We need to sweeten the pot and try to keep them here for a longer period of time because we're losing as much to other boroughs as we are to retirement.
The city says they've ramped up recruitment efforts, hiring a full-time recruiting officer, but the union says it won't change unless the pay does.
They have to actively recruit and pay these officers correctly, at least on par with their peer group. I'm not saying they need to be the highest paid, but when you have Mount Oliver, and I'm taking nothing away from that hard-working police department, but at 2 years they're at 102.5. The average city officer is less than 90,000.
And adding to the staffing woes, the police union and city are currently in contract negotiations, and it's not going well. The union believes that could ultimately lead to more retirements. And I'm told as many as 20 officers may leave next month. Live in the studio this evening, Rick Earl, Channel 11 News.